Sure. So last week you talked about you were tagging players. How has it progressed this week? Where are you guys at right now in terms of just practice?
I like where we're at. We're healthy, which is a good thing for the most part. I think a lot of the new guys are starting to pick up the scheme and some of the stuff that we're doing. We've been able to add more. It's very competitive. Mixing a lot of different guys with the ones and the twos. We got the pads on, so it's been a lot more physical than it was last week when we talked with just our helmets. Trying to make it physical. This is the most physical spring that we've had because we have more numbers and we have more depth. So I feel as long as we can do that, we can be physical, thud up, do some more stuff that's live, especially in the run game, which we have not been able to do here before, especially in the spring, because usually you lose a lot of guys and then your roster is kind of depleted. But we didn't lose many people. We actually gained people. So it's almost like we have a roster heading into camp out there right now. So it's a lot more physical than in the past.
Along those lines, the everyday kind of practice plan this time of year, is there a set plan, or can something pop up and you'll say, you know what, we need to kind of focus on that more so today?
Yeah, you have an install. Like I'll give you with the defense, for example. We had an install set out where we wanted to install this day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And there was a day where I said, hey, let's just hold off on that and focus on this, and we'll get back to it. Today on paper was supposed to be 3rd and 2 to 6 install, so we stuck to it. We were ready for it. So today we started playing some situational football. On Thursday we'll do some 7 to 12 to get away from just 1st and 2nd down. So now we actually can play the game a little bit, and then hopefully in time we'll be able to progress, put the ball down, and just play more football. But we got to teach situations too right now.
How's the running back room looking? Obviously, we're talking to Alex, but Alex and Pat Garwell, they've been splitting carries. Is there a lead back?
They're rotating them all. You got Pat, obviously, who's healthy right now and has done a really good job. Alex Broom, who you guys will talk to later. Xavier Coleman, Cam Barfield, and then Kai, who hopefully you'll get a chance to talk to. He's a transfer from Western Kentucky. Gives us another big back with good size. And you guys have probably seen him out there. We'll bring him in here at some point, too, so you guys can meet him. So they're all getting a lot of work. It's spring ball. No one's going to just sit here and not practice. We're not playing a game where these are the 2 or 3 guys who are going to get the carries. So they're all doing a pretty good job. They all have their different roles, and we'll see. Again, I just think the competition's pushing all those guys, and they're working really hard.
All 3 years that you've been here so far, you've had to use the backup quarterback eventually. Either 5 or 6 guys out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, none that's probably the guy, but are you looking for a competition right now? Or is it just, let's see what these guys do in the spring, then we'll kind of ramp it up and figure out who the backup is?
Yeah, I think if you look at the ACC last year, I think most teams got to their backup. Mm-hmm. So you better have a plan for number 2, and you better have a plan for number 3. Every year I've been here, we've gotten to number 2. Now I hope that doesn't happen, but right now Matthew Reeves getting a lot of reps, which he hasn't. Peter Delaporte has been getting reps. He has not gotten any. And then Jacoby is getting reps. I don't know if you guys saw him out, but he's getting reps, and he's a high school senior. So Emmett's getting the majority of the reps. But then we're finding ways to get all those guys reps to make sure that they understand the scheme and offense, and we got to figure out who the next 2 and 3 guys are. So hopefully as we get through spring, we'll come out of here kind of having a better order.
I was going to say, is it too early to kind of tell right now, obviously?
Yeah. I thought on Saturday, I thought Reeve had a great first half of practice. Threw some great balls, led it really well. And then Jacoby jumped in, and there's some stuff that guy can do. He's a big, strong athlete who can run. He hit a couple that I think everybody who was here, we had about 40 recruits here on Saturday, I think. I got asked 10 times who that kid was. Hopefully you'll get a chance to meet we'll try to get all the young guys in so you can at least say hello and know who they are too, the mid-years and the transfers.
Pro Day on Friday, do you have any thoughts on that? Obviously, a big day for Zay. A lot of the attention will be on him.
Yeah, it's a big day to Zay. Zay's here today, so it was great to see him. I wish he was still in his uniform. He big smile. He's excited. I think he's just gonna, run routes and do the workouts. So I'm excited for him. He's got a lot of people coming to see him. A lot of people coming to take him out to dinner the night before. That's just from experience. I used to try to get to the pro days, and the guys that I really liked, I tried to get him out to dinner the night before, the night after, spend some time with him, get to know him more. So he told me he's got like 6 dinners lined up. So in a night and 2 nights, he's probably gonna gain another 5 pounds. But then he's got a couple other workouts scheduled. And then it's cool, like Booze is here today, and Valdez texted me he'll be here. So Just excited for all those guys. We're going to have so many people here. It will be a good opportunity for those guys kind of, showcase what they can do too. So as much as everybody's looking forward to Zay, hoping he's a first-round pick, which I think he is, those other guys have a great opportunity too.
Along those lines, Kobe White's coming back.
Yeah.
And Austin Burton's going to be here too. Kind of how did that come about?
Kobe's an alumni, graduated
Yeah.
here. He needed a place, and I'm never going to turn my back on a guy who did everything I asked him to do. Graduated, he's a BC guy. He needed a place to go, and I feel like he earned it, and I'm happy to open up for him. So I'm excited to see what he can do too.
And Austin Burton?
Yeah, he needed a quarterback. Got some calls and needed someone to throw the ball to Zay. So if Zay's going to run routes, we need someone to get him the ball. So it gives him an opportunity too.
In terms of Zay, last year obviously he was your wide receiver 1. This year probably more of a collective group. How has the group looked so far?
They look fast. Jaden Williams has looked as good as I can remember. Joe Griffin had a minor surgery procedure, so he'll be back. He did Indy today. He'll be back hopefully next week. He looks good. Ryan O'Keefe can fly. Dino Tomlin kind of, he started right where he left off. I think from the NC State game on, I think he had a big end of the year. Phenomenal kid, leader, gets open, blocks. Taji's another guy, big physical blocker, just busting his butt out there. Lewis Bond, I think Lewis is on the verge of having a really good year. He's really good in the slot. He's got really good hands. He's running good routes. I think it's a deep wide receiver group, and then we got 3 coming in. So it's a good group. I think Daryl's done a great job with them. And, Zay's a first rounder, so yeah, we miss him. I'd be lying to you if I said we didn't. But I think we got a really solid group. They work really well together, and they've been great.
How will George fit into that tight end?
I'm excited. George had a minor procedure too. So George was out here today in full pads. He did some Indy, did some walkthrough stuff. But a healthy George is really a good tight end. Some of the stuff he did last year in the past, we already know he can block. We've seen it. He's faster than we thought. He's a great athlete. He just was hurt all year. So now he's got a chance. I think George could be one of the better tight ends in the ACC. He's excited. He loves the new scheme. He's got a great relationship with the coaches. And I can see he's kind of re-energized. And then Jeremiah Franklin, and kind of threw Jeremiah in last year, if you remember. He's a true freshman going up in our league last year. It felt like it was against a bunch of 25-year-olds. He's taking a big step. And that's what happens, right? You play when maybe you're not ready, but you gain the experience. So now you're better and ready, prepared for it now in year 2. Hans is another guy, just more physical and older. Some of those guys are getting old and developing, and then some of the younger guys have the experience. I think it'll be a solid group. We definitely need George. Him coming back was a blessing, and I think everybody on the team's excited about it, and probably Emmett is probably really excited about it.
Just Christian, how's your work so far?
Good. You guys seen him out there. He's enormous. Right now, he's full uniform today. He is, he's cleared, he's healthy, he's doing individual, he's doing some pass rush stuff. We're trying to put him in more controlled situations just to be sure right now he doesn't get rolled up on, and we'll continue to progress him as we get going. Hopefully by the end of the spring he's doing more and more, and then hopefully by the time we finish he's doing everything. I probably won't give him the ball in the spring game this year, but I'm really glad he's back.
Don't kick stand?
No, that was him, not me. I just hope he's blocking a lot of people next year.
How's Christian been progressing? I know, Mahogany, last time we talked to him, said he was cleared but wasn't full.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Yeah, he is cleared. He is doing individual right now. He's doing controlled pass rush periods and controlled team periods, just trying to make sure that this week we got a 5-day plan, then another 5-day plan to ramp him up, where hopefully by the end he's going.
Cool.
You guys good?
You
So
went
you
to
got.
team last night?
I did go to Springsteen last night. Yeah.
How was it?
He's amazing. The guy's 70-something years old, and he's the man.
That's awesome.
This guy's